In this video, we'll show you how to replace the front bumper cover on your Ford Edge. This is located in the front of the vehicle. Let's get started. With the vehicle raised and supported, we can remove the lug nuts with a 21 millimeter. And we can go ahead and remove the wheel. Starting on the front side of the vehicle, we have 6 5.5 millimeters that we need to remove. Moving inwards on the vehicle, we have 2 8 millimeter bolts we need to remove. It looks like this front one is broken, but we can certainly remove this one right here. We normally have a clip up top here. It looks like that broke off at some point. To remove that, you just use a flathead screwdriver, pull the center part of the clip out first, and then the outer part. Going from the fender liner to the front bumper, we have 2 more 5.5 millimeters. And we can do the same on the other side. On the outer edge of the front bumper, we have this lower panel. We'll remove these 2 5 millimeter screws here on the outer edge of the front bumper. And we have the same 2 on the other side. In this recess in the front cover here, we should have a Torx bit screw. It looks like we have another 5.5 in our case. We can do the same with the other recess. On the front side here, we have 6 5.5 millimeter screws. We have another D-shaped recess like this. We're going to remove the screws from those as well on either side. With all our hardware removed, we can go ahead and drop down the panel. On the driver's side of the vehicle, we have a few electrical connectors we need to undo. Starting out down bottom, we can press in on the tab and pop that out. You always want to check any of your terminals for corrosion or damage. We're going to continue up. It's the same to disconnect each of these. Simply press in on the tab and pull out. Now I'm going to use a fork type trim tool to go ahead and remove these connectors. If you don't have one of these, you can certainly use a flathead screwdriver. Then we have another piece of the wiring harness behind that. We'll do that as well. And we can do the same with the connectors on the other side. Looking up towards the front of the driver's side fender, we are looking at 3 8 millimeter bolts. We'll go ahead and remove those as well. And we can do the same with those 3 on the other side. Moving up to the top of the front bumper, right in front of the engine bay, we have some plastic clips we need to remove along the front. I'm using a clip tool. You can certainly use a flathead screwdriver for this. You can pop the center out, and then the clip can actually just stay in the panel. There should be a clip here at the end, as well as along the back side. Ours is missing, unfortunately. You can go ahead and remove the panel. With that panel out of the way, we have 6 10mm to remove on the front bumper here. Pull down on each of the front corners. And we can remove the bumper cover. We can start to get the front bumper lined up on the vehicle. Start in the center and work your way over to the side. Once under the headlight is lined up, then you can get it lined up with the fender. I'm going to get all of these in for the bumper, and then we can tighten them down all together. And we can snug those down. Install the shroud that goes over the front bumper and hood latch. We'll start pressing in each of the clips. You can install the center of each clip and press down. Looking inside the fender well, we can get the 3 pieces of hardware in. We can snug those down. And we can do the same on the other side. In the driver's side fender liner, we have a few electrical connectors to plug back in. You want to make sure that they're fully seated and not going to pull back out. You can get the horns plugged back in. We can get the frontward piece of plastic inserted into the front bumper. I'll just get a couple of the screws started in to hold it up, and then I get the rest in. We can start to get the fender liner back up in place. We can install the screws into the front side of the fender. And we can do the same on the other side. And we can line up the lug studs with the holes in the wheel. I'm going to press in down at the bottom of the wheel, and we can install the lug nuts. I like to thread the first one all the way in, and that'll help hold the wheel in while I put the other lug nuts on. And we'll snug those down in a star pattern. With the vehicle on the ground, we can go ahead and torque these to 162 foot-pounds in a star pattern.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.